Okay, so get this, a family-friendly electric SUV and a star-studded murder mystery. It sounds like one of the most random brand partnerships you could imagine, right? Well, today we are going to solve the case of how, and more importantly, why it works so well.
Yeah, this is the central puzzle we need to unpack. On one hand, you've got this practical, super comfortable electric SUV, and on the other, a suspenseful whodunit franchise. I mean, it seems like a total mismatch. So, how did these two worlds possibly collide? And why? And just look at how different these two really are. The Kia EV5 is all about that cozy family vibe, being a home away from home. But the Knives Out series, that's all about suspense, intrigue, turning any cozy space into a potential crime scene. It's the ultimate locked room puzzle. So let's start our investigation. All right, every good investigation has to start with the basics. And our case begins with the official announcement of this very mysterious partnership. So let's establish the facts of the case. On December 12th, 2025, Kia Corporation made it official. They were launching a huge global campaign with the new Netflix film, Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. But, that just tells us the what and the when. It doesn't tell us the why. To solve any mystery, you have to know the key players involved. So let's meet the two main characters in this whole marketing story. First up, in one corner, we have the Kia EV5. It's a mid-sized electric SUV, and its entire identity, its whole brand, is built around being this comfortable, versatile space for families on the move. Seriously, think of it as your living room on wheels. And in the other corner, it's Co-Star, the third Knives Out movie. Now, these films are famous for their super clever plots, that sharp, witty dialogue, and of course, Daniel Craig as the absolutely brilliant Detective Benoit Blanc. It's a whole world of secret suspense and twists you never see coming. So we have our unlikely duo. Now for the really interesting part. How did Kia and Netflix actually combine these two completely different worlds? Let's take a look at the method. The core idea was just genius, honestly. They took Kia's slogan, home away from home, and they just asked a simple question. What happens when that home becomes the scene of a classic locked room mystery? It's such a fantastic creative twist. Now, the campaign rolled out in two really clever steps. First, there was a teaser that tied right into the movie's trailer, but with a twist. The clean, perfect interior of the EV5 is suddenly revealed to be a crime scene. Then, they dropped the main film, where the entire investigation of this impossible crime takes place inside the car. And this is where the concept really sings. The video is just filled with that signature, suspenseful Knives Out vibe. But while the characters are all deep in the investigation, they're also using the comfortable, spacious features of the SUV. The tension of the plot is constantly bumping up against the comfort of the car. It's brilliant. But what's truly clever here is how they turned the car's features into actual plot devices. This wasn't just some ad with a car in it. Specific parts of the vehicle became clues in the investigation. So what was the evidence? Well, the spaciousness of the interior, that became totally crucial to the locked room part of the puzzle. The front row relaxation seats, they were part of a character's alibi. That cool sliding tray between the seats, it held a vital clue. And those full, flat folding seats in the back, yep, they were hiding a secret. And the most important part? This wasn't some boring list of specs being read out. The protagonist, the police, the detective, they all used these features as part of the actual story. It's probably one of the most organic and entertaining product demos you'll ever see. Okay, so we have the players, we have the method. But the biggest question in any mystery is always the motive. Why go to all this trouble? Let's uncover Kia's strategy. First up, the victim, or, well, maybe the target is a better word. Kia is aiming for a very specific type of customer here, someone who's family-oriented but also adventurous, someone who loves the outdoors. This campaign cleverly speaks to both sides of that personality, the need for family comfort and the love for a thrilling story. And this was not a spray and pray approach. The campaign was highly targeted, focusing on just 6 key global markets where Kia really believes this unique message is going to land the hardest. We're talking Korea, Canada, and then a major push in Europe, specifically the UK, Germany, Italy, and Spain. It's a very clear signal of a focused strategic plan to introduce the EV5 to a very particular global audience. And here we have the confession. Charles Ryu, a senior VP at Kia, lays out the motive perfectly. In a super crowded EV market, it's just not enough to talk about battery range. It's about building brand familiarity and becoming a leading brand by creating bold, innovative, and honestly, unforgettable experiences. And you gotta know, this isn't just a one-off stunt. Kia has a history here. They did a partnership with Netflix for Squid Game Season 2 as well. So this reveals a clear pattern. Kia is using globally massive streaming hits to make a huge splash in the EV world. This strategy lets them tap into these huge, passionate fan bases, giving the car instant cultural relevance that old-school advertising just can't buy. So, we've cracked the case. This whole campaign is a clever, targeted strategy to make a family SUV feel exciting and relevant. Which leaves us with just one final question. Will turning a car into a crime scene actually unlock more sales? Well, only time will tell.